Hey everyone, I found this balance team on the forums that looks exactly like something I'd enjoy. We have Specs Kyurem, Mega Diancie, breakers that I love to use. The main thing though is we have Darkinium Z Zamazenta, which I used for the first time a few videos ago, maybe the last video actually, and it did a lot of work, so we're going to see whether we can keep that momentum up. But in terms of lead right here, I think the best lead for me is definitely just my Iron Treads into potentially this Diancie, as it ends up being Samurott, so not at all what I wanted, obviously. I could go for Stealth Rocks, but they're just going to, what, Ceaseless Edge? We'll go for Stealth Rocks, as they're Scarfed. Okay, good to know. So, since I know they're Scarfed, I just bring in my Kyurem right here and not really have to care. They might double out into, like, Glow King, but that's a bit risky if I just stay in. So they opt to just stay in, which makes a lot of sense. I think I'm just going to throw off the very safe Ice Beam into their team. They have, like, no switch-ins. This will get, like, destroyed. Yeah, it's like literally in range of rocks now, so pretty happy about that. Now what I can do is, can't really go hard Zamazenta. What would their play be here? I don't think they would click a rock move, so I could go Moltres and then go Zamazenta after. Yeah, there's that. Now let's go Zamazenta on the rock move. If they click Moonblast here, you got me, but I really don't think that's what you do in this spot. I think you kind of have to go for, yeah, Diamond Storm. There we go. So we're able to deal with that really well. I would love to click Stone Edge right now, but I don't think now's the time. I mean, it's like a no-risk click if I just want to risk it, but it's a no-risk click if I want to risk it. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's just click Close Combat. Okay, this is good because I don't think they're going to expect this, and I might just be able to knock them out. This is a team off the forums, though, like I said, it's one of the sample teams, so maybe they'll be familiar with it, but we're able to just go ahead and OHKO the Galarian Slowking. That is so good for Kyurem. They do have to get their rapid spin off, but they end up just forfeiting because they can't really get their spin off in front of Zamazenta, and Diancie just dies, right? So they were in a really bad spot right there. We have another game right here. My Kyurem and my Diancie have to put in overtime because those are my best breakers. I'm really worried about the Toxapex. I feel like they're going to go into that initially a lot of the time. But what I'm going to do is just lead off with my Kyurem right here. Hopefully it's not Scizor. It does end up being the Gliscor, which I anticipated. I mean, they're just going to protect and then go Scizor, but maybe I can freeze it. That would be really funny. Not that I'm really banking on that, but it would really make the game easier because then I don't really have to try as hard with my Kyurem to win. I could double out on the Scizor too, because that's definitely coming in here. But there's not really a double that helps me out too badly. I would rather just throw off the Freeze Dry, as they go Pex to pivot right now. So that's going to make switching into Diancie for them way harder later. So there's the Scizor. I don't know why they didn't just go Scizor. I guess maybe they didn't know I was Specs, right? So they were scared of like HP Fire coming out that turn. But now they know I'm Specs, so Scizor comes right in. This should be a U-turn from them, right? Let's go for the... Let's go Moltres, as they just play it safe and Roost. But this gives them the Toxapex, right? So I just double back to Kyurem here. And I believe this time I'm just going to throw off the Ice Beam just to chip the Scizor a lot more than before. Yeah, force it to Roost again, but... I mean, eventually it's going to run out of Roosts, right? So they can't really do this forever. So U-turn again here. Can't go Kyurem now because I just get Toxic, so we got to make a different play. I do really like the idea of getting up Stealth Rocks. If they Scald Burn me, though, that would be really upsetting. But I think I should go out into this guy right now. Try to get up those rocks, and we'll go from there. No burn is huge. Okay, I love that. And we can go for knockoff here. Get rid of Black Sludge, too. Okay, I'm really happy with the way that all went, because I'm not even burned right now. And they're still giving me damage on this guy. So this turn they would switch out into like Gliscor. Let's go Kyurem. This should die to Draco, right? Come on. It doesn't die? I really needed that to kill. At least we can still get up rocks later, but that's really annoying. Let's go you as they get up their rocks. Okay, whatever. I can always spin that away. Let's go for the parting shot here on the Gliscor. I don't want to go Kyurem when it's like taking hazards. I would rather just make a different play. Not that there's really one that gives me too big of an opening, so maybe I should just go Treads and get this rapid spin off. I'm sure they just Earthquake here and knock me out, but it's fine. I gotta get my spin off, right? That's like the main thing right now. So there's the Earthquake. Yeah, that was gonna happen. We go U now, and I believe just click Freeze Dry. And then do I want to double out on the Scizor again? Absolutely right now. Actually, no, we don't. We just click Freeze Dry and force it to do, like, things it doesn't want to. Doubles into Rapagos to get up the rocks. I should have called that out that turn. Because now I have limited... Oh, and I'm faster. Never mind, we're totally fine. I really thought they would be faster than me. So is this Dragon Dance, or what's going on with this Kyurem right here? Sub. Okay, that's not the end of the world. I can beat Sub, probably. Let's go... Za, maybe? I think I have to go Za, but I don't want to close combat. I think I have to land a Stone Edge here to not take the defense drops. Don't miss. That's so bad. I needed to not click close combat because then I'm actually in a bad spot afterwards. We just missed twice. Yeah, okay, never mind. We're just gonna go ahead and forfeit. I think I could have beaten that Kyurem set had I just landed the Stone Edge. And then, I mean, maybe I would have had to spam it because they could keep subbing as I close combat and lose my stats, but now we can't do anything. We have game number 3 against another Hisui and Samurott team. Are they gonna lead off with that like the last guy? I feel like I'm just gonna lead Kyurem this time. I mean, knowing my luck, they'll lead Diancie now, but... We have switch-ins, right? I can always go hard treads on that. Za will outspeed that. Diancie can go for speed tie if need be. I actually don't like that though, so let's lead treads again and see what happens. Worst case, I get up rocks and it'll work out like the first game, but I'm really hoping they don't lead off with the Hisui and Samurott this time, and they just lead off with the Diancie, which I can live a hit from. Even Earth Power won't Oko my Iron Tread set. I'll put it in the calc as they're, doing this, but I'm pretty sure with the investment we have in Spit F and HP, there's no way this Okos, right? Yeah, it literally does like 75 max, so they could crit me an Oko, but any other scenario would be totally fine. So let's see what it is. Ends up being Lando, so not great. This could be Scarfed. I think I'm just gonna find out whether they're Scarfed right now as they go ahead and get up their rocks. Let's go ahead and spin that away. It is Rocky Helmet though, so let's knock those off. And now I can just spam spin forever. Maybe they go Golden Goat to just guarantee them, but they don't. Well, this is good because I can go U, and if they try to win with Volcarona after, Zamazenta will stop that, assuming I can land a Stone Edge, which, has not gone well so far. This is fine as long as I land my Ice Fangs, so get out of here. Yeah, no rocks for you the entire game. Really happy to see that. If you go Golden Go, you're also, like, done for. Okay, so this is Scarfed, obviously. Or just not. What? Is this Scarfed? Good scout, but you die to CC now, I'm pretty sure, so have fun with that. Well, let's be careful, because if I let this die, Volcarona is annoying, but I kind of have to stay in. So let's switch out now, just because I want to keep this full for Volcarona. And they just forfeit the game right there, so we're totally fine. Alright, back on the winning side of things, now we have another Volcarona, and a Salamence, which I have to be really careful about. Could be Z-move, which is actually a gigantic threat. I don't know if I can beat Salamence, but... Like, yeah, if it's like Earthquake, Flyinium Z, and then Dragon Claw, I don't have anything for that. Yikes. We'll figure that out as we go, though. Let's lead Treads and try to get up these rocks to pressure it right away, at least. I think that's the more important thing right now, as they do, unfortunately, insta-burn me. Just gonna knock off that thing's item as they get up a spike, but I will knock you out with the... Well, they'll knock me out, but then I can go U. Throw off a Freeze Dry here as they go hard Magnezone, and I get a crit. Kind of tells me that might be an Assault Vest set. Should be Volt Switch, it shouldn't be Flash Cannon, so we're gonna go ahead and Freeze Dry again. And now here's the problem, right? Like, are they gonna click Rock Move? I don't know, they do. Okay, well, we'll go U and play the Speed Tie game, I guess. As we're able to, thankfully, knock them out. I don't know if mine would have killed without the crit, or what the roll is, but this should be Mach Punch. So we go Petulant, right? Now they might Spore is the thing. I mean, I win with my Zamazenta if I can just get Gastrodon in range is the problem right now. I mean, I'll throw off Malignant Chain as I'm actually faster, which is great, but is it going to be enough? Goes Gastrodon, but this is actually what I need, because I can just win with Za if this works out. So they should click Recover, right? I think Recover makes sense here, because you just lose to Za if you don't recover. So let's go Kyurem. As they actually would have knocked me out, and I would have just won with Za right there. That's crazy. Yeah, that makes like no sense to me. Are you actually Scarf? We didn't see Scarf last time, right? So we can just do that. And then we'll see what Volcarona is. I have a feeling the Z move is on Salamence. You're not clicking... Oh, it's a defogging? Okay. Well, as long as you're not like Psyche MZ or Fiery MZ and I land the Stone Edge, we're good here. Psyche MZ, yeah, okay. I don't think I was ever beating that set. So, unfortunately, we'll try to crit a Draco, assuming I can live anything. Maybe I should have switched out and scouted, but if they just Quiver Dance again, I lose anyway, so feels kind of pointless. Can I crit? Wait, they switch out. Well, I still have to crit, but... Do I have to crit? Yeah, I do. As I actually got the crit? No way, that's so lucky. Got our next game. Obviously, I didn't really deserve to win that one, but I'm also confused as to why they switched out their Volcarona against my Kyurem when they were at +1 in the first place. Like, that's the only reason I had a chance to win, right? I mean, I guess I could have crit the Draco that turn anyway, but still, it felt pointless to do that. In this game right here, I really like my Diancie, but in terms of lead, I think Kyurem is way better. Okay, but I do have to switch out against this. I can't seem to get lead predictions right in this video. We'll go Treads on the Chili. Who comes out? Za? I mean, I would love it if you burned your Dauntless Shield. That'll help out my Za later in the game. And I have a perfectly good switch into that too. They might go Garchomp, but they don't know whether I have Ice Spinner or not. I feel like there's Scarf Samurott on this team because otherwise you have no speed control. So I'm just going to get up my rocks here as they are Scarfed. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. So they're going to go, what, Corviknight? Yep. As I can knock off the Rocky Helmet, or I could choose to switch out. I think I like the knockoff play a lot, so let's just do that. And then we'll get up rocks again. If they want a U-turn, that's totally fine with me. So now they're going to click Ceaseless or like Aqua Cutter, one of the two. Kind of have to expect which one here, but I don't really have the best ways to do that. Goes for Flip Turn again. I'm really surprised, like, I really thought you would want to click one of the other two attacks. Can you go Gloking? Okay, Gardevoir is going to trace my ability, funnily enough, so that's not good. Hopefully they're not Psyshock because my Moltres is going to get destroyed, but I would expect Hyper Voice. Oh, it is Psyshock, yeah, so that does like almost a 2-hit KO. I actually don't even have like a good switch in after this either. I think I just have to sack this to get Flamethrower Chip off. Ooh, actually that's great. I don't know why they did that, because now I can U-turn, and I guess they expected Roost. But I can U-turn and keep this as a sack for later, assuming the Psyshock doesn't crit. So let's go ahead and do that. Bring out our Diancie here because it has the least switch-ins. Mystical Fire should do 19, so I'm just going to click that in case. I mean, they would pivot onto Gloking if anything. Yeah, so we're able to just go ahead and Earth Power that for a good amount of damage. I think I just attack it again here, honestly. Yeah, put it all the way down so that way my Kyurem can do work later. Kyurem is going to destroy this team with Freeze Dry at this point. So this is a free flip turn for them, obviously. Just go U, as they actually Ceaseless now, so could have stayed in there, but it's okay. CC here, just because I think a 2-hit KO's Corviknight after this hazard damage. I'll click Z move just because it 2-hit KOs the Corviknight in combination with Close Combat. So we're able to go ahead and knock out Gloking. The biggest threat to me right now is Zamazenta, and I have a full health Petulant. Well, I guess I'm scared of SD Garchomp too, right? But like those are the two big ways I got swept that I have to be fearful of right now. So who comes out next? Probably the Samurott if you want to knock me out. Because you haven't seen Ice Fang, so Garchomp is risky. It's not Scarf Chomp, I think it's SD Chomp, so they bring it out right now. I mean, are you banking off a miss? I don't think you're Scarfed, man. I think you're going for Swords Dance. So we're able to not knock it out, but we do a lot of damage there. And get a flinch. That's really unlucky, but if they SD'd, it didn't matter, obviously. So we'll just Close Combat here to try to 2-hit KO Corvi, but they just sack that off. Out comes Samurott. Okay, so do I sack this off at this point? I think the answer to that is yes. I don't need it for anybody else. I could sack off my Moltres too, like that's more useless than anything. Yeah, we'll just do that. As they Scarf into Aqua Cutter, okay. So how can I take advantage of that? Kyurem? Obviously Kyurem. Kyurem is like the play that punishes them the most, so let's throw off an Ice Beam here. As they opt to stay in, so I could have Freeze Dried, but I didn't want Zamazenta coming in to take not as much damage. So we're able to knock that out. And yeah, I think it really just comes down to Zamazenta, how that's going to work out. But in terms of right now, try to go Treads as they Hyper Voice and die to burn. Now they're going to go Zamazenta and try to win. So, Petulant, I need you to come through here. Does Spin do anything for me? Not particularly. It's going to be IDEF, that's the thing. Oh, it's not? Wait. Maybe it's just the 4 attacks Heavy Slam set, but I'll go you. I do lose if this knocks me out and they have Heavy Slam, huh? Let's click Recover once. They're banded. Okay, good to know. So that should be that then, because I can just... Let's get a Malignant Chain off. I guess they could get lucky and crit me. Actually, this is really careless to be doing, because I could lose to close combat if this goes wrong. So let's just keep this healthy and then go Diancie. Why risk a crit here, right? Yeah, go ahead and crunch this to death. That's fine. I don't care about that. I just don't want to lose to close combat spam. That would be really dumb, so... Yeah, you're not knocking out my Petulant, I'm sorry. Now we go you. It's definitely banded doing that much damage, so we Mystical Fire here. 2-hit KO this. I mean, I could Moonblast if I think it kills, which it does, so why not? Like, it would do 34 on no resist, so yeah, we're able to knock that out. And now they can't lock a move, so that's the whole point, right? All I had to do was find out the set. I was more scared of IDEF, but IDEF lost to Petulant anyway. So Heavy Slam will do nothing to Petulant. I don't think it does, right? Like, would a crit here knock me out? Okay, that was almost really bad. Chill, please. Don't crit me again. Okay, and now we should be good. They almost actually stole the game off a crit, which I've done this video, so, you know, who would I have been to complain about that if they did? Okay, there we go. We got our poison, and that's officially going to seal it up right there with another Malignant Chain, so we are out of the woods on this one. We have our next game. I played this player while testing the team, and I was able to beat them, but it was a really good game. It was like 1-0. I remember I had to make a few doubles just to not get swept by some things, but in terms of this game right here, I want to get up rocks as soon as possible, so that's what I'm going to prioritize. Let's do that right now. I could knock off too, and then get up rocks later, but if they go hard to Powdon, that's just annoying. I think I'd rather just get up my rocks, and yeah, they do go hard to Powdon. Let's get rid of this thing's item. Weaken it a bit right now. No, you're not keeping those up. Go ahead and knock me out, please. And now we go Kyurem. And I think I just double out on this, if I'm being honest. Or I Earth Power right now into Bisharp. Yeah, there we go. So do I go Moltres here? I think that's what I want to do, as they Sucker Punch. Perfect. We can just click U-turn here, knock that out, and bring out who? Maybe Diancie, but also I'm a bit worried about Hippowdon coming in on that. I don't think Moonblast kills. Kyurem's not a bad play. Volcarona could come in on that. Who's the best play? If I go Kyurem, they could go Volk and try to Quiver Dance up. That's like their only play into that, though. I think I'll go Diancie just to force out the Hippowdon. I guess we could go Glowking if they really want to, or Superior. As it is Superior, yeah. But I have a full health of Moltres, so this is like not scary. Okay, so let's do this, and now let's U-turn. Because if they sub again, then I can just go Za and knock it out. So I go U here and just drop my Z move. Because if Hippowdon comes in, I'm able to... They went hard Gyarados. Why? This was like a win con, man. I don't get it. Now they double in this, but I go Kyurem here just to get the kill on the turn they click this. Then we can Ice Beam. Do you go Volk now and try to win and dodge Stone Edge for my Za? I mean, I could also just go Diancie, not Mega Evolve, and do it that way. Which is, I think, what I want to do, because I want Za for Superior, so... Save it for later, maybe? I mean, they didn't actually click anything too scary there, so I could just Mega Evolve right now in Diamond Storm. This should die from 53. Diancie is not that weak. So let's do that, or at least try to do that. There we go. Superior hits the field. We go Moltres and U-turn. Perfect. To go U. I think I just never risk anything here. Just click Close Combat, knock it out. We do carry the Stone Edge, but now I do have to land it into Volk because my Diancie Mega, so that's a bit scary. Unless they allow me to get into a position where I don't have to do anything like that. Like, I think what I'm going to do here is go hard Kyurem and just lock Earth Power. Okay, that should be fine. I just Earth Power again here. I actually don't like this at all. Because I don't want them Quiver Dancing multiple times, so... Future Sight goes off this turn, so I just sack Petulant to it, goes Za, and hope I land the Stone Edge, right? Because it's Boots, it shouldn't be able to Oko Zamazenta. I just need something to die to. Well, actually, I guess I just Earth Power, because this dies to the Future Sight anyway. Please don't miss. Come on, I've already lost a game to missing against a setup sweeper with Stone Edge. As they did have Psychic, we barely lived it, and were able to knock them out with the Stone Edge. Nice. We're playing a team with a Sandslash on it. Not something I thought I would say today, but I think I can manage Sandslash. It's just, why is it not on a Sand team? What is it set? Is it like a lead? I have no idea what to think about that. I'm just going to lead Kyurem because I'm scared of Sandslash. And I also think this deals with the Hisui and Samurott pretty well as any sort of Greninja. Unless they're like low kick, but I think I live one low kick and can still 1v1 Greninja with Kyurem. The other option would be like Diancie, but if there's Scarf Samurott or Greninja or Sandslash lead, that's just bad. In fact, Diancie is just a horrible lead here, never mind. The only thing it might do well against is like Gengar, but that's still speed tie stuff, and if there's Z-move, I die, so... Yeah, Diancie is never the lead here, forget that. In terms of win cons, I really do like... Well, I need Moltres for Scizor. Scizor is an annoying Pokemon into this team, I'm realizing right now. Because if Moltres dies, I just lose. So there's the Greninja. I'm just going to go for Freeze Dry. If they spike, I should be able to knock them out. Go Scizor. Can I freeze Scizor? Does a lot. No freeze. Can I burn Scizor? I'll take either. Like, you know, oh, is it not Mega? Why did you Mega Evolve? What other Pokemon Megas here? Mega Greninja is not in National Dex, and Mega Gengar is banned to Uber's National Dex, so... I don't know why this didn't Mega Evolve, I'm gonna be honest. But I'm gonna keep this around just because if it is Mega later, and they're just bluffing and trying to pretend they're not the normal set, I would lose, so... Let's go Za. On the Ceaseless, okay, kind of what I thought might happen. Just click CC here, honestly, they have no switch-ins right now. Their best switch-in is like their Zamazenta, so... Watch Sandslash eat this up. And it's like a Rocky helmet and wears me all the way down. I would laugh so hard. I really want to crunch right now, just calling out Gengar. But yeah, Za is their better mid-ground, so... This was the better play to me. Let's go Petch here. I would love to get my Rabbit Spin off at some point, but they have that Gengar. So out comes Sandslash. Okay, I'm actually like in a tough spot against this team right now. As crazy as that sounds. Gets up Stealth Rocks too. Now they're no longer here, which I don't get because they're in a better spot than me, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I am getting a kill with Ice Beam right now, I think. So that's a factor. But luckily they're back. I really want to see how this plays out because... I mean, this Sandslash is doing the work right now. It got up rocks. I don't know if they're going to stay in. I gotta get my spin off, but it's not happening. They're just going to go Gengar. I mean, Scizor gets 2 KO'd right now, which is great, but I will have to take a Bullet Punch in the process. They also could just go out into somebody else, predicting the Ice Beam instead of the Freeze Dry. But that's more risky in my head. Ice Beam also, I think, KOs Za from 62, which is one of the reasons I want to use that right now instead of Freeze Dry. I would hate for Za to come in and live, right? I can just calc while they're taking forever to click a move. Zamazenta. Yeah, Ice Beam is 60 to 70 to offensive, so if it's the bulky Za set, it actually would live, like the Iron Press one. But we didn't see the leftovers, right? So this actually took over half. Are you scarfed? I'm just staying in. Switching around with this many hazards on my field would just be a mistake, so let's just do it this way. If Scizor knocks off my Moltres, that could win too. There's a lot at stake here in terms of getting rid of hazards, so... Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that at some point. Yeah, so they weren't Scarf Samurott, so maybe Scarf Gengar is the idea? Which is scary too. Like Scarf Shadow Ball could be an endgame for them. They have a lot of stuff in range already. Kyurem's in range, Petulant just dies. Za might be in range after hazards. So I think I'll just stay in here. I mean, Dark Pulse shouldn't kill. Don't flinch me. Come on, I really need this. Thank you. 'Cause yeah, that just put you in range of like Za Crunch, so I don't have to predict that anymore. This is Battle Bond, right? Oh, wait, that wins right now if I just let this knock me out. Yeah, that just wins if I let this knock me out, so... They click Surf. They had no reason not to click Surf, but I was really hoping it would be Dark Pulse. Now I need them to... Well, they're just going to Surf again and knock me out, but I can sack this off to prevent Battle Bond, so... That's why I had to do it that way. Then we can go U. This shouldn't be a gigantic problem anymore, but I'm pretty sure I'm losing this, if I'm being honest. Let's go for Crunch here. Actually, I don't know if Crunch kills, but it should. It's just Gringe. Come on. This thing is so frail. How much did CC do earlier? 38 without the drops. I think I just have to go for it. Okay, they did win the tie, but they clicked Crunch, predicting Pecharunt, so that's good for me. I think we can still win. I'm still scared of Greninja at some point because it's going to get Battle Bond, and I don't think I can stop that. I keep Za, I keep Moltres for Scizor. I think it's winnable, but it's about not letting Greninja get too much value, which right now it can't come in. They probably have to go out into their... I mean, if you're Gengar and you're Scarfed, you do that. Moltres is at 14. I gotta reduce that for Scizor. Because I'm not Foul Play Pecharunt, which I would love to be right now. I think I actually go Pecharunt on this. Earthquake shouldn't hurt too badly. It's Pecharunt after all. This Pokemon's crazy. If they double out into Greninja here, you got me. They crit knockoff, which probably just put me in range of Earthquake. Which is really bad, because I needed damage on this for Diancie Moonblast. Am I in range of EQ now? Yeah, I would have loved to have hit this, but... Okay, they actually do go hard Greninja. So this will be Dark Pulse from them. I think I just sack off my Treads. To 2 of those. Okay, now they're going to Surf, actually. So I could just sack off Pecharunt and not have to sack off anybody else. It's just, is that the play? I think it is. Yeah, so okay, Pecharunt's going to die, but that's going to be the end of Greninja, thankfully. Go ahead and knock me out. We have Treads as a sack. Moltres, if you're in range of Bullet Punch right now, the game might be over. But because I'm not Foul Play Pecharunt, I needed to do it where... I just sack that and hope Moltres beats the Scizor, right? Hopefully they're not Mega SD Scizor. I have no idea what to think about that Mon right now. I feel like they go Gengar, so let's go to this. Because, like, you don't want me spinning, right? So you just go Gengar here and knock out my Treads is what I'm thinking they want to do. If it's Scarf Gengar and I sack Diancie, that's a problem. Okay, they do go Sandslash, so Iron Treads was the correct play. They're just going to Earthquake here, right? I think I just have to Mega Evolve and Moonblast this down for Za. And hope they're not Scarf Gengar. And if they are, then I don't think there's anything I can do about that at this point anyway. So goes hard Scizor. It's Citrus Berry. Okay, what? So go ahead and knock me out. It's fine with the Bullet Punch. As they double back, I'm so lost as to what's happening on my screen. Mystical Fire looks like it kills. So, and then they double back to Scizor. Are they like trolling? What is going on? It's Balloon? Okay, so it's not Scarfed, so I just win with Za. Yeah, what just happened? They have to be trolling. I'm just chipping that for Za, so I guaranteed win. And now they're gone, but we do win this game. Game that I should have never won. Where are you on ladder right now? 1500s player. I mean, that's not super high on ladder, but I thought it would be high enough to where, like, this wouldn't be happening. Well, anyway. This was a weird game. That's all I have to say about this. Let's Crunch. I think even if they Cursed Body my Crunch away, I can still Z-move the Sandslash, right? So, yeah, we're able to knock that out. I think Close Combat's actually stronger, and we're able to win that game. All right, man. I don't know. Got our next one. Might be the last, depending on how long it is, but I don't know how I beat Carmine Cresselia with this team. We're going to have to navigate that. Maybe Dark Z Zamazenta will just nuke it after I knock off the leftovers. That could be like one thing I do. I would think you would want to switch out here, right? But, I mean, let's go for rocks. Yes, they go Moltres. Okay. It's kind of what I figured. If you want to defog, I want to get in my threat right here, which is my Diancie. Cresselia might be the Diancie switch in. We'll have to see how that works out. Could end up being Golden Go too. But yeah, I'm just going to Moonblast with Diancie, I think, into Moltres. I could Diamond Storm, but that just feels like too passive. So there's the Defog. I knew it was going to be Defog there. I think I'll Earth Power. As they go Gambit and we destroy that, so... I'm not sure Diamond Storm would have put them in range of anything too, so this is really good. And then we crit the Cresselia and do a ton with Moonblast. This should be a Moonlight from them here. Is there any chance I kill with the next Moonblast? Was that a lower roll from the crit? Let's assume they're like Fizz Def. I think I got a high roll. So they actually double into Golden Go, which is great for me. I can just get up Rocks, or maybe they're off Knockoff here, actually. Ah, they do get their burn. And then they Flamethrower. So now they're going to heal. I mean, Defog. Which is whatever. I just go U, and I don't have to predict right now. I just click Diamond Storm. And then we go Spit F Moltres of my own. Hopefully they're not Power Gem like I like to do. Looks like they aren't. I think the Golden Go's Scarfed, because who else would be? Let's go U. Just keep on not predicting is the idea. Like, I can do this forever, man. This is fine. Shadow Ball's gonna bounce off my Moltres unless you crit me. Oh, they actually stayed in, and they're not Scarfed. I mean, I have this to just throw out. And you're forced to go Moltres on this, which is actually good for me. Because it just gives me more Diancie turns. So let's go ahead and throw that out right here. Goes King Gambit, which is going to do less with Sucker now that I got the defense boost. So out comes Golden Go. I feel like they Shadow Ball now. Let's go Tread so Moltres doesn't get to it KO'd. So they still make it rain. Actually, Diancie probably just killed this. I don't know why I switched out. I guess it's better to be safe though, so I guess it wasn't the worst play ever. Let's go U, just because it doesn't scream Z move if I do this. It literally does, but I think they're going to stay in, as they didn't. Alright, I'll Ice Fang here. As we get a freeze, that's really annoying for them, huh? I'm just trying to set up my Diancie win. I feel like I could have just Earth Powered Golden Go and KO'd it. Gets up the rocks, okay. I mean, I have Stone Edge, dude, and I'm going for it. What's your plan? Dodge Stone Edge? Not happening, sorry. Okay, so out comes this. We're gonna Ice Fang once. Okay. I don't know if this was Cotton Guard or what's going on, but they go ahead and forfeit the game right there. That was kind of a joke, but we'll go ahead and get another one, I guess. I'm really curious as to what the Altaria was, though. We have our final game. It's been a while since I played against a Rain team, so... Obviously, I'm leading Kyurem. That's like the best Pokemon to lead into Rain. 9 out of 10 times, and by 9 out of 10, I mean like 10 out of 10. You're never not leading Kyurem into Rain. But if it's AV Arch, this will take it decently well, as it is. But no freeze. Okay, as it actually ejects out into Kingdra. I mean, you have to click a Dragon move here in theory, right? I hope there's specs. That would make my life really easy. Who's like bad for me here? I don't really value my Diancie, but it does threaten the Archaludon pretty well. I think I just sack off my Moltres. The Moltres does nothing. So let's just go with that. If they Dragon move, that's actually good too. As they click Weather Ball. I think they have to be specs, right? So let's just go back to Kyurem and Freeze Dry again. Should have just stayed in, but we get the freeze, but this thing was getting sacked anyway. So, you know, it's like, come on. Out comes Kingdra. Are you going to Weather Ball again, dude? They click Draco. Okay, so they're locked into that. So Rocks up here. I think try to pivot through Petch. So they get the Liquidation defense drop, but all I'm trying to do is get in my Kyurem for free. So we're going to do that right now. I think force a couple kills, right? Because they have to sack off somebody. Or they just sack the Pelipper, but then Rain's gone forever. Which is what I'd do at this point. I don't think the game's going to last too much longer. So you probably just want to get up your Rain one last time. And see if you can get some plays, right? But no, they're going to opt to do it the sack 2 Mons way. Alright. I mean, I'm happy with that. I really think you should have just done it the sack Pelipper way and keep Rotom around. Rotom could have helped out against Treads and Zamazenta. But who comes in next? It's gotta be Pelipper, right? Like, literally nobody else can take the Freeze Dry. Yeah, unless you're Scarf Duck, which the Scarf Duck knocked me out. Kyurem into... I would like to think I have a chance to live. No, it kills. Okay, so... They could bluff Scarf Duck. I mean, if they go duck, I'm freeze drawing. If they're scarfed, then maybe Za can deal with it later. Although if I did lose Kyurem, I lose the game to Weather Ball, so maybe I couldn't do that. The play might be Za. Then again, if they rapid spin as I go Za, that's also really bad. I don't know, it's going to be a tricky mind game if they go duck, but I think Pelipper is what's going to happen. Yeah, there's Pelipper. So we're going to knock this out too. Let's freeze dry it away. And then I'm going to sack off my Iron Treads after this. That's like the expendable Pokemon in my head. Do I win this game? I honestly have no idea. Like, they're gonna... I mean, are you really considering keeping Pelipper right now? There's not enough game left for Pelipper to be a factor. I think you just sack this off, go Kingdra. They actually do keep the Pelipper and sack off the Duck. I'm so happy with that. So I think I'll just sack off my Treads to Kingdra right now. Because they either lock Weather Ball and I get another kill, or they lock Draco and Iron Treads is in. Alright, thank you for your Weather Ball. I mean, maybe this puts me in range of Swampert, and that's what they're going for. I think I live Earthquake, though. Maybe not, but who knows. I guess if I don't, I actually lose, huh? How much does Earthquake do? Maybe I should have not gone this, but I didn't have a choice, right? Everybody else doesn't take the Weather Ball. Actually, well, they could be Adamant. Adamant has a very good chance to knock me out. I don't think there's any point in switching, just because... Actually, they could flip turn, so there is a point in switching. So there's the Earthquake. Let's go you and stall out a bit more turns if I can. If they flinch me, that's really bad. But we're just going to go for... Close Combat does more, right? I think I want a Black Hole Eclipse just to not take defense drops, though. In case it allows me to live 2 for some reason. I don't think it will. Actually, I can. Don't flinch or crit me, please. I think I just win the game guaranteed then. Because I can do this. Close Combat kills you now. If you crit me, then I probably lose. Don't be a roll either. I just need this turn to work out. Because if they switch out here and try to... I mean, they're not going to have enough rain turns to win, is the idea. Oh, they got it, dude. Actually, wait, they still have to get the Earthquake kill. Because the problem is they could flip turn, but then they're not going to have rain up, right? Oh, no, yes, they will. I lose. But they... Oh, they just knocked me out with Earthquake. Dang, I needed that liquidation not to kill. Yeah, that was just annoying, but it is what it is. I did hope you all enjoyed this. Unfortunately, we did take a couple losses, but as a whole, this team did really well, so pretty happy with it. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Later.